39 Tobago officers honored for exemplary attendance. 2 arrested in Tobago's sea turtle poaching operation at Lambo Beach. And Homeland Security's trapped behind the scam awareness drive. A pleasant good evening to you. I am Yolani Belfort. It is Friday, July 31st, 2026, and you're locked in to your home for local coverage, Tobago Updates Television News. We start tonight with a major developing update. Showing up day after day, despite public scrutiny and grueling operational demands, is where true police service begins. In a service ceremony held in Tobago, nearly 40 police officers were honored for their consistent service and commitment between 2021 and 2025. Here's reporter Alia Balgabin with that story.
Communities depend on visible, reliable policing, but the daily commitment required behind the scenes often goes unnoticed. That changed today as 39 officers from various departments across the TTPS Tobago Division were honored at a special recognition ceremony. The officers were celebrated for their unwavering service, reliability, and exemplary attendance spanning a 5-year period from January 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2025.
Today, we are recognizing exemplary attendance. Now, attendance may not always be the most exciting topic. It doesn't make the front page of the newspaper, and it doesn't always receive public recognition. But let me say this. Attendance is where excellence begins. Every successful operation, every investigation solved, every emergency response, every community engagement.
In attendance were top commanders of the TTPS, including Commissioner of Police Alistair Guvero, Deputy Commissioner of Police Suzette Martin, Assistant Commissioner Richie Singh, and Superintendent Rodel Kerr. Leadership emphasized that showing up consistently on the front lines is the foundation of public safety and accountability.
And this is why we are here today, to recognize you, the officers who pushed through the noise, who went past the threshold and who showed up for work. Despite the challenges and despite the criticisms and despite the constant commentary from the public and from the persons who have never worn a badge.
As divisional heads work to strengthen efficiency and community trust across Tobago, celebrating officers who faithfully answer the call sets a clear standard for the future of the service. Alia Balgobin, reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
2 men are in custody following a targeted wildlife enforcement operation at Lambo Beach on Thursday morning, July 30th, 2026. The joint effort was executed around 9 a.m. by officers of the Department of Natural Resources and Forestry, or DRF, operating under the Division of Environment, Climate Resilience and Energy, or DECRE. The team, led by Game Warden 1 Lylin Craig Roberts alongside Forester Govinda Ramlogan and Bimal Ramlogan, discovered a suspected sea turtle carcass, turtle meat and harvested eggs unlawfully taken from a beach nesting site. Both suspects were transported to the Sherburne Police Station, where active investigations continue. This seizure serves as a stark reminder of the vital role public awareness and community action play in marine conservation. Environmental officials reiterate that sea turtles are strictly designated as environmentally sensitive species under the Trinidad and Tobago Environmental Management Act. Poaching, possessing, or trading sea turtles and their eggs carries steep legal consequences, including fines up to $100,000 and up to 2 years imprisonment. DECRE commended the enforcement team's swift vigilance and emphasized that preserving endangered marine biodiversity depends on citizens' cooperation. Members of the public are strongly encouraged to report any suspected wildlife crimes immediately to the department or local police. Trinidad and Tobago is ramping up its effort to combat human trafficking. Following World Day Against Trafficking in Persons, the Ministry of Homeland Security's Counter-Trafficking Unit has launched a major national awareness campaign to help citizens spot and report deceptive scheme tactics. Joel Green George has the details in this report.
Citizens across the nation are being urged to wear blue in solidarity with survivors of human trafficking as authorities launch a new nationwide awareness push. The initiative comes as the Minister of Homeland Security, Roger Alexander, warns that criminal networks continue to prey on vulnerable individuals through fraudulent job posts and deceptive financial offers.
Every year, thousands of persons around the world are deceived by fraudulent job offers, false promises of financial security and opportunities that seems too good to be true. This year's theme highlights the deceptive tactics traffickers use to exploit trust, ambition, and vulnerabilities.
Marking 1 year in office, Homeland Security Minister praised the growth in local response measures, emphasizing that public reporting remains critical to shutting down exploitation networks across both islands.
If you see something that doesn't seem right, I urge you to report it. Your actions could save a life, protect a victim, and help bring traffickers to justice.
Officials stress that ending exploitation requires a joint effort between law enforcement and vigilant communities. Joel Green George, Tobago Updates Television News.
Up next, Kiara Bailey is Miss Tobago Heritage Personality 2026.
This Emancipation Day, we invite you to experience history, not through books, but through people, performance, and storytelling. From chains to celebration, on August 1st, experience the grand finale of the Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. The journey begins at James Park from 5 p.m. as we parade through the streets of Scarborough, culminating at the Milford Road Esplanade. Be part of the journey. Join us for the Tobago Heritage Festival 2026 Emancipation Day Parade.
Step out of my dreams to my real life. This girl, I wanna know you feel like, yeah. Come closer to me, let the stars align, yeah. In the middle of the night, you bring the sunshine. Miss Lady, she have a pot on the fire, burn a flame when she cooking.
Coming up, Barbados kicks off festival season with Crop Over, where you can live like a local. Moments of discovery and joy during Culinary Month in Antigua and Barbuda. Find that hero within you. As these women of vision share their stories of success, Caribbean Passport TV, your guide to what's happening in the region, here on this station.
Tobago, are you ready to celebrate culture, color, and creativity? Then make Heritage Haven books and things your first stop this Heritage Festival. Step into a world of vibrant African wear, handcrafted accessories, unique gifts, local authors, and inspiring books for every age. Whether you're dressing for the festivities or searching for something special, Heritage Haven has something just for you. Heritage Haven books and things where culture comes alive. Visit us today at the Scarborough Esplanade and discover treasures. Celebrate culture where read it, live it.
Thank you for staying with us. The stage at the Showpark complex was filled with culture, poise, and pride as the 2026 Miss Tobago Heritage Personality competition came to an exciting climax. After a night of exceptional talent and cultural representation, a new heritage ambassador was crowned. Reporter Alia Balgabin brings us the highlights and reaction from the newly crowned queen.
7 delegates stepped onto the stage to showcase the rich traditions and community spirit of Tobago. But it was Kiara Bailey, representing Encore Dance Group, who captured the coveted crown. Bailey dominated the night, sweeping away key special awards including Best Talent, Best Design Kong, and Excellence in Expression before taking the top title. Speaking shortly after her victory, an emotional Bailey expressed her heartfelt gratitude.
just cannot explain how I feel right now. I'm very grateful to God, very grateful to my team. And this is a one-of-a-kind experience to me, and I'm just feeling thankful and very blessed.
Standing alongside her in the top court were Rachel Frank, representing the Moriah Village Council, who placed second overall while capturing People's Choice Award, and Miss Amity Yankee Murray, representing Scarborough Urban Village Council, secured third place, along with Best Gong Portrayal, and Miss Photogenic. For Bailey, wearing the crown carries a deep responsibility to inspire Tobago's youth to step into their potential.
It means that I have to lead by example, lead with purpose, lead with passion. I hope that tonight I would have inspired a lot of young person and let them know that no matter how they feel, just step into the light and don't let fear dull your passion.
Looking ahead to her reign, Bailey emphasizes using her platform to deepen youth engagement with local culture and ensure Tobago's heritage continues to thrive across generations.
Ambassador program, it will be exposure for the young persons, because I feel like a lot of young persons are not very engaged in the Heritage Festival or the culture of Tobago. It will just be an experience to them to equip them on knowledge on the Tobago Heritage Festival so that they can further, be good ambassadors of Tobago.
Congratulations once again to Kiara Bailey and all the delegates who showcased their true spirit of Tobago's culture on the stage last night. As the Tobago Heritage Festival continues, you can stay tuned to Tobago updates for coverage as the festival comes to an end. AMPLIA Balgobin, reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
One night about 10 o'clock.
Police in Tobago are investigating the death of a Moriah man who was found dead inside his home late Wednesday evening. Officers attached to the Moriah police station responded to the scene after receiving a report shortly after 8 p.m. on July 29th. The deceased has been identified as Wayne Charles, also known locally as Volker. According to police reports, a 26-year-old resident went to check on Charles after receiving multiple phone calls from concerned neighbors who had not seen him. Upon arriving at the residence, around 8:36 p.m., the man found the house dark and the front door slightly open. After calling out without a response, he used his mobile phone flashlight to enter the home before turning on the lights. He then entered the living room where he discovered Charles' body. Investigators say Charles was last seen alive on Tuesday, July 28 around 9 p.m. A district medical officer visited the scene, examined the body, and reported no visible signs of violence. Charles was officially pronounced dead at the scene, and his body was transferred to the Scarborough mortuary, where an autopsy will be performed to determine the exact cause of death. Woman Police Constable Philip is leading the ongoing investigation. The Tobago Drama Guild's final weekend show of In Your Dreams, scheduled for tonight, has been postponed and rescheduled for September. The production, which premiered last Friday at the Guild House in Lowlands, serves as both a cultural centerpiece and a primary fundraiser before the troupe travels for its North America tour. Julian George brings us this updated report.
Local theatregoers expecting to see the curtain call for the Tobago Drama Guild's latest production tonight will have to wait until September. Production coordinators rescheduled the final showing of In Your Dreams to align with the troupe's upcoming departure for their international tour. Co-directed by Tabati and playwright Cheryl Birchwood Uzoro, the original play blends vernacular dialogue with deep cultural themes, exploring complex relationships, spiritual heritage, and social dynamics within Tobago.
Throughout the year, we work and we also travel. And that is important for this production In My Dreams, because tonight in particular, we are fundraising so that the company can go to Toronto and perform at the end of September. We are trying our best to pay our way as best as possible using the talent that we already have.
Operating from its dedicated Guild House stage on Ashela Drive, the 27-year-old company continues to serve as an essential incubator for local talent, bringing certified theatre art graduates back to the proscenium.
The host is the Tobago Drama Guild, Tobago's oldest and onlyest drama school, because that is what we do. We have been training children to and encouraging them to do theater. As you know, I was a theater arts teacher, and we have the good fortune of bringing these students after they graduate back to the stage.
The local veteran thespians will mount their rescheduled performance in early September as the final showcase before embarking on diaspora performances across North America. The Tobago Drama Guild will release updated September ticketing and showtime information in the coming weeks. Jewel Green George, Tobago Updates Television News.
Road safety interventions across the country are yielding significant results, according to Police Commissioner Alistair Guerrero, speaking on recent traffic statistics. Top Cop Guerrero revealed a sharp double-digit decline in both fatal and serious road traffic accidents. Commissioner Guerrero highlighted that recent law enforcement measures and targeted highway interventions have far surpassed the national safety targets set for the period.
But the Comstat figures tell us that these interventions are working, because fatal road traffic accidents have dropped by 24% nationally and serious RTAs by 29%, both far exceeding the national target of 5%. But instead of praise, we are met with noise.
The Commissioner maintained that despite public criticism, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service will continue its dynamic traffic enforcement exercises to maintain law and order on the nation's roadways. We're taking a quick commercial timeout, but your news coverage never stops. Join thousands of viewers across the island following our daily coverage on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Just search Tobago Updates on your favorite feed. We'll see you in a few minutes.
This Emancipation Day, we invite you to experience history, not through books, but through people, performance, and storytelling. From chains to celebration, on August 1st, experience the grand finale of the Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. The journey begins at James Park from 5 p.m. as we parade through the streets of Scarborough, culminating at the Milford Road Esplanade. Be part of the journey. Join us for the Tobago Heritage Festival 2026 Emancipation Day Parade.
Tobago Updates, we keeping it true.
Oh gosh, Tobago Updates. On the screen, here we go. You're home for October, carnival show. From the big stage shine to the road line, we bring Tobago to the world in real time.
Tobago Updates, Tobago Updates. Carnival 2026, we set the pace. Wave your flag, anywhere you're there, anywhere. Island love, trimming all around you. Yeah. Picking lock on for the rhythm start.
Tobago Updates, Caribbean art. Tobago, are you ready to celebrate culture, color, and creativity? Then make Heritage Haven books and things your first stop this Heritage Festival. Step into a world of vibrant African wear, handcrafted accessories, unique gifts, local authors, and inspiring books for every age. Whether you're dressing for the festivities or searching for something special, Heritage Haven has something just for you. Heritage Haven books and things where culture comes alive. Visit us today at the Scarborough Esplanade and discover treasures. Celebrate culture where read it, live it.
Welcome back. Outrage and political tensions continue to mount across Guyana, following the arrest and murder charges laid against 3 senior crew members of the Guyana state-owned ill-fated ferry service MV Barima. Critics, opposition leaders, and maritime advocates argue the government is using line workers as scapegoats for systemic state failures in the country's deadliest maritime disaster to date. Julie Green George has the details of this report.
The legal action against 3 Transport Harbour Department employees has triggered intense public scrutiny. Captain Kevin Price, Chief Mate Rondell Roberts, and Loading Superintendent Dylan Grandison face 72 counts of murder following the July 18th capsizing of the MV Barima. While prosecutors cite operational negligence and positive drug tests, the arrest and charge has ignited widespread public sympathy and anger online. Escorted by heavy police guard through the court hallways, and emotional Captain Price maintained his innocence, laying blame on the vessel's aged condition and missing emergency equipment.
Everybody knows the whole vessel is going to be the one is 87 years old, that vessel. The vessel have a lot of history. The vessel radar, we don't have a radar. The vessel don't have a search and rescue chance.
Price continued to call out equipment failures as he was led away.
You know, look at those life raft, those life raft expired since 2022, and maritime inspection in the Vietnam right after the festival.
State prosecutors allege operational failure and negligence caused the disaster. Court documents reveal multiple crew members tested positive for drugs following the rescue, and official records confirm dozens of unmanifested passengers were aboard. Political opposition members disrupted parliamentary proceedings in Georgetown, demanding the immediate resignation of Public Works Minister Juan Edgel and calling the murder charges against low-level crew weak and misdirected. Government officials defend the prosecution, citing zero tolerance for negligence on state transport vessels, while pointing to an appointed International Commission of Inquiry to address broader structural issues. Meanwhile, protesters and the Vigilant Political Action Committee, VPAC, a grassroots civic and political actions group, along with the elected opposition, demanded the release of the captain and crew and the arrest of what they term the real criminals, calling for the resignation of 3 government ministers. They argue that prosecuting operational staff ignores decades of administrative neglect, unseaworthy fleet maintenance, and lacks regulatory oversight by government agencies. Chief Magistrate Judy Latchman remanded all 3 men without bail. The matter has been transferred to the Charity Magistrates Court, with proceedings set to resume on August 3rd. With 73 confirmed dead and 30 still missing at sea, the public continues to demand accountability at every level of leadership. Jewel Green George, Tobago Updates Television News.
Coastal Breeze met deep literary reflection along Scarborough's Esplanade as the Tobago Book Club gathered for its monthly evening session. Members joined both inside the venue and virtually across the screen, uniting around John Maxwell's motivational treatise, Intentional Living. Club President Sophia Guillemet attended alongside Vice President Charlene Findlay Stewart, who guided the conversation. The hybrid circle welcomed local bibliophiles alongside a visiting Tobagonian currently residing in the United States. The host venue, Poetry Cafe, offered a cozy haven. Readers relaxed inside air-conditioned comfort and gathered on the covered outdoor patio. Staff served wraps alongside a varied selection of hot, chilled, alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks. Guests utilized free Wi-Fi, while a dedicated book nook provided stocked shelves for attendees who arrived without a text. The dialogue centered on Maxwell's core framework for purposeful growth, Participants examine chapters such as Start Small but Believe Big and Search Until You Find Your Why. The conversation expanded significantly around connecting with like-minded people and partner with like-valued people. Members observed that while shared interests spark initial connections, shared values form the true bedrock of lasting collaboration and community impact. As 7 o'clock arrived, the discussion drew a natural close in step with the cafe's evening closing time. Looking ahead to next month, the club selected Trinidadian author Brian McIvor's debut novel, The God of Good Looks, as it featured the title for August. As July ends, regional health advocates are calling for stronger research and policy changes surrounding a medical condition affecting thousands of Tobago women. Uterine fibroids remain a major health concern across Trinidad and Tobago, particularly for women of African descent. Tonight, advocates are urging women to speak out and seek early medical attention. Jules Green George reports.
Severe menstrual pain and heavy bleeding are often dismissed as normal routine occurrences, but local health advocates warn these symptoms frequently point to a much more serious underlying issue.
By the time the ultrasound came back, I had fibroids that had distended my uterus to the size of a 6-month pregnancy.
Corey Nances, founder of Fibroid Awareness Trinidad and Tobago, was diagnosed at age 20. She explains that a critical lack of regional research continues to hamper effective public health responses.
If you look for information now, in Trinidad and Tobago, even across the region, there's just a major gap. You have a lot of anecdotal data, or the hospitals, health centers will tell you there are large numbers of women, but a real epidemiological study on fibroids, the vast prevalence, and even its social impact, maybe socioeconomic impact as well. And because we could talk about the price of feminine products. And if you have issues of the uterus, fibroids, PCOS, other issues of the uterus, you have to spend quite a bit of money.
Studies show Black women are disproportionately affected by benign uterine tumors during their reproductive years. To combat the stigma, the organization is launching youth initiatives like the Confidence Project in schools.
That is why our school program, the Confidence Project, is so important to us. This information, this wealth of information may have done even better for me had I been informed at an earlier age.
The group plans to expand its outreach by partnering with healthcare sponsors to offer free screenings and ultrasound clinics in Tobago before the end of the year. Jewel Green George, Tobago Updates Television News.
Following the arrest of 3 men, including an active Defense Force officer, for their alleged involvement in the inter-island human trafficking ring, reaction across the island has been swift. With 3 suspects now detained under preventative detention orders, Tobago Updates took to the streets of Scarborough to hear how locals feel about human trafficking hitting so close to home.
Very shocked. Very shocked. The trafficking, right? Yeah, very shocked.
To know that it has reached Tobago, right, is something that nobody wish on any country. But seeing that we already have it here, then the most we could do is just try to work around it or try to get, some kind of solution to the problem.
Well, I feel bad because it's women and we are all women, and it's bad, very bad.
I'm not surprised. Everywhere in the world you go, you'll find large manners of depravity. Just hard to see it so close to home.
So I find it was close to home, and I wasn't expecting that, so it's something very bad. So you had to try to look into it.
Well, it's very concerning to know that something like that is happening here among us. But it also opens our eyes so that as neighbors and villagers, people in the community, we will be more aware and alert as to what is happening even next door to us.
This is not good for the people of Tobago. We want a clean, serene country, right? And I think the best thing we could do is to help to educate the young people. We need to educate young children from babies come up to let them know that this kind of thing is going on.
Finding all this is not nothing new because I know there are a lot of crimes going on, but nobody already talk about it. You understand what I'm saying? So it was nothing surprising to me because they love to see things under the carpet a lot.
Very disgusting. I don't like it, and they should be punished for that. Because you have a lot of people, a lot of young ladies, young men about the place. Out of those could be my sister. You understand? So I don't think I against that totally.
The weather report when we return.
This Emancipation Day, we invite you to experience history, not through books, but through people, performance, and storytelling. From chains to celebration, on August 1st, experience the grand finale of the Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. The journey begins at James Park from 5 p.m. as we parade through the streets of Scarborough, culminating at the Milford Road Esplanade. Be part of the journey. Join us for the Tobago Heritage Festival 2026 Emancipation Day Parade.
Tobago, are you ready to celebrate culture, color, and creativity? Then make Heritage Haven books and things your first stop this Heritage Festival. Step into a world of vibrant African wear, handcrafted accessories, unique gifts, local authors, and inspiring books for every age. Whether you're dressing for the festivities or searching for something special, Heritage Haven has something just for you. Heritage Haven books and things where culture comes alive. Visit us today at the Scarborough Esplanade and discover treasures. Celebrate culture where read it, live it.
Welcome back. Every day we bring you closer to issues that matter most. For our social media poll today, we asked, as the 2026 Tobago Heritage Festival wraps up under the theme Let Me Tell the Whole Story, how would you rate this year's festival experience? 33% voted 10 out of 10, pure Tobago culture. 1% voted felt average, missed past year vibes. 66% voted didn't attend, just watched online. Remember, your voice counts too. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram and join the conversation by voting in our daily polls. Now for a look at the weather update from the Trinidad and Tobago Met Office. Tonight across Trinidad, Tobago and the southern windwards, expect mostly fair conditions with a chance of isolated showers. For the northern windward and leeward islands, expect partly cloudy to cloudy skies with scattered showers and medium 40% chance of heavy showers or thunderstorms. Minimum temperatures tonight are expected to drop to 25 degrees Celsius at Piarco and 26 degrees Celsius at Crown Point. Tomorrow, Saturday, conditions will be predominantly hot and sunny despite the chance of isolated showers. Nighttime fair and hazy conditions will transition to partly cloudy skies with showers favoring the early morning, alongside a low 30% chance of isolated early morning thunderstorm activity. Please be aware that the gusty winds are likely and street or flash flooding may occur in flood-prone areas in the event of heavy downpours. The heat index is forecast to register at 38 degrees Celsius at Piarco and 34 degrees Celsius at Crown Point, with maximum temperatures reaching 32 degrees Celsius and 31 degrees Celsius respectively. Seas remain moderate, with waves in open waters ranging from 1.5 to 2 meters. In sheltered areas, waves will remain up to 1 meter. For those monitoring the tides on Saturday, Port of Spain, high tides are at 5:15 a.m. and 5:58 p.m. with low tides at 11:37 a.m. and 11:53 p.m. Scarborough, high tides are at 5:01 a.m. and 5:37 p.m. with low tides at 11:28 a.m. and 11:31 p.m. Sunrise is at 5:54 a.m. and sunset will be at 6:29 p.m. That is our broadcast for tonight. Thank you for letting us bring you Tobago's news straight to your home. Have a restful and safe holiday weekend. Here's one last look at today's major headlines. 39 Tobago officers honored for exemplary attendance. 2 arrested in Tobago sea turtle poaching operation at Lambo Beach. And Homeland Security's Trapped Behind the Scam awareness drive.